What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about KTA today. Kita, the cheetah. The green cheetah is running today. It's not the red cheetah, thankfully. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it, my friends. It is the 5th day of November today. Here we are at about 35.45 cents, 5 hours and 27 minutes left in the day. What a miraculous recovery we're having right now, right? It's a bullish engulfing candle look at the moment, right? Some people would say it's not bullish engulfing until the wick encapsulates the wick. I just think, man, if you're encapsulating the whole body, I mean, if you close like this, that's engulfing, bro. You're engulfing it, right? This was an engulfing candle, even though you didn't get the wick there. I mean, look at the positive reaction we had. Overall, this is exactly what we needed to see, exactly what we wanted to see with this coin as far as recovery goes, right? I was expecting that we'd find support up here. I was expecting originally from a low to a high, let's not get it confused, that we'd find support at the golden ratio zone. That was the original thought, or even the 382. We did not call this low perfectly. I'm not trying to pretend that we did. I'm just saying from this point of a low, this reaction, this recovery that we're having is exactly what we need to see. Because this validates, at least I think it does, that we are in some type of a W pattern. If we're in a W formation, you guys, as excited as some people might have been that we were at a 63-cent price, this is really just a starting point, right? If this is a W formation, likely when we get above this point, we're going to recover to prices that are back above $1 even faster than what we saw here, right? This move down from $1.27 to 27 cents, that was fast. That took about a month, less than a month. The move up to recover this will be even faster. With W formations, typically this leg is faster. Typically this leg is faster than this leg is here, okay? And we're in that leg right now. We know and we confirm that this is the low when we get above 63 cents on a daily basis. Getting above it at all on a price perspective, we want to close above it on a daily basis though, okay? That's the requirement there. And this bullish engulfing candle today, moving up 18% today, it's a great way to start things off. The average altcoin, by contrast, or by comparison, others, the average altcoin today is only up 3.8%. So you are up fantastically higher, right? There's a lot of coins that are having and not to mention you have a higher low. There's a lot of coins that have lower lows from where they were on the 17th of October. And you're recovering more than them from the stance of a higher low. So that's fantastic. That's really fantastic. KTA is one to watch here, you guys. I really do expect that by the end of this month of November, we're going to be, I mean, hell, potentially above $2. We might even see new all-time highs altogether, genuinely. If not, certainly something that's well above $1. I would think that we're at $1.30 or higher by the end of this month, which is crazy because we're at 36 cents right now. I mean, that gives us 3x, 3.5x potential by the end of this month, let alone more, let alone the fact that we could see more than that. Anyways, let's look at the short-term stuff. We'll zoom out from there. I love this kind of behavior. It's all good. I don't care what it looks like, right? If we pumped here and then we move sideways this long and then we continue to grow, like that's fine too. I just feel like this is more constructive, more productive, and it's getting bigger. It's just getting bigger, right? They say size doesn't matter, but man, I feel like this hour is the best hour. It's probably because it's the biggest hour. Unfortunately, looking at the Coinbase chart here on the 1 hour time frame, we do have some gaps down, don't we? We have some gaps here at 33 cents. There's a gap all the way down back here at 30 cents. We're at 36 cents now. Could we see some volatility? Could we pull back? That's something we should keep our minds open to, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we were to pull all the way back down to 30 cents, we could still recover. That's just back testing prior resistance for support. We fill the gap, and then we move up. So if we get some volatility, and with this massive recovery here, with the fact that there are a low amount of leveraged positions, both long and short, over the past 30 days for Bitcoin, we're in a situation, a scenario right now in the markets where some volatility shaking up the markets might happen, right? I don't think that we go lower. I think the low is in, but some volatility is definitely implied. We can still more or less on a daily time frame. Wait, aren't we looking at? Oh, it's because we're on Coinbase. I was like, aren't we looking at KTA? We could still more or less on a daily time frame move up straight like this, right? We can see this kind of recovery, but still have some volatility intraday throughout these days as the time goes on. So don't fret. I'm not calling for us to go down to 30 cents. I'm just saying if we do, it's not a big deal. It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to throw a fit over, okay? Pull back to 30 cents. Find support at prior resistance. Who cares? It's not a big deal. But you are building volume as you're building in price. We love to see it. 22 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. You got to imagine that we would double this level of volume here, if not more. So that's fine with me, man. Keep building volume, keep building price. You look great. Let's look at your indicators. The RSI is fantastic. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Fantastic. The stochastics are fantastic, man. Absolutely great. Looking at the MACD, crossing above the zero here, building bullish momentum. All cylinders are firing all at once right now. It's spectacular. 4 hour time frame here, and I want to look at this. We don't need the volume anymore. It's nice, it helps, but hold on, let me just see. Yeah. Looking at this on this chart now, the 4 hour RSI is at an area that we found resistance, right? We found resistance here. We found resistance here. We found support right here in this zone that we're at right now, right? Right, all in this area. It's possible that we find a little turbulence here. We pull back and then we continue to rally. Of course, you can just keep pushing higher. We've done it before. We can do it again. It doesn't mean we have to stop here just because we stopped before here. But again, just talking about the idea that if we see a little bit of volatility here, if by the time you watch this video, we're back as low as 30 cents, for example, who cares? It's not a big deal. It's nothing to worry about. While this bullish divergence play that we had here did not provide as much of growth as we were looking for, this recovery is definitely nice to see, guys. And I have a feeling that in a matter of no time at all, we'll be well above these highs. We will be seeing this overall recovery come into play. I would expect, and I fully do expect, that the move from this low to $1 will be faster than from this low to 62 cents, 63 cents. I really do believe that's going to happen. I mean, this was from the 17th of October to the 23rd, so that's about a week. And in a week's time or less, mark my words, we're going to be at $1. In a week's time or less, let me say it again, in 1 week's time from here or less, we will see a $1 KTA. That's what's going to happen, guys. Spectacular growth in a very short amount of time. Stochastics look positive, like they want to go higher. Yes, you're at a point of resistance here for the RSI. You can get tied up a little bit. The stochastics can get tied up for a little bit, but really what this is telling me is that we have more growth to go even into tomorrow and maybe even the next day. Today's Wednesday, maybe even into Thursday and Friday we continue to grow. That's great. The MACD is flipping green, which is nice as well on the 4 hour. It's overall kind of net negative, but there's positive things to look at as well, you know. You got a double bottom here in your oscillators. The last time that we had a double bottom in the oscillators was over here, and we had a little recovery. We did go lower, but we had a little recovery, didn't we? You know, the MACD is kind of probably the worst one to look at here, but the other indicators are suggesting that we do have more to go. Even if we find some short-term turbulence here, we have more to go. Okay, just keep that in mind. Again, if you're watching this video and we're at 30 cents, great. Buy more. It's a perfect area to buy. You're lucky if you can buy at 30 cents. Daily time frame, looking at the RSI, bouncing right off these same areas that we bounced from before, looking great. Higher lows, we love to see it. Higher lows here in the price as well. Stochastics are crossed up, but we want to see the orange line and the blue line, both oscillators at the same time outside of the oversold zone. They need to get above the oversold zone together. Once that happens, we likely will push on to the overbought zone. And again, being on the daily time frame, looking at the month here, this is the beginning of the month, this is the end of the month. We got a whole lot of range to run this month, you guys. I mean, if we move up at that pace, whatever, when we get overbought, that's when the magic really happens. Look at the last time we got overbought here, okay? Relatively speaking, whenever we got overbought, you know, we were moving up into this move. I guess this wasn't that powerful of a move. To be completely fair, this is actually a really bad example. It's a bad example. We did push higher. We did push higher, which was nice, but this is a bad example of what I was talking about. Here, you know, you're pushing higher. You're pushing higher, but once you get in the overbought zone like this, where you're not just getting in and out, but you're actually getting consistent readings here, let's just look at what the price did there. Because again, this was a bad example. This is a bad example. That's not common. It can happen. It's something to be aware of. It can happen, but it's not common. The common thing is once you start to get in the overbought zone and you're not just rejecting it, you get more growth. You get better growth, right? You had some fun. You worked your way up overall. You know, this was a good bit of growth, but the fastest moves happened. The biggest moves happened here once you were in the overbought zone. And just, again, thinking forward prospectively here, as time goes on this month, we likely see faster moves, bigger moves than even what we're seeing now, which is crazy to think, man. It's crazy because this is a great day. 18% is great. I'll take that any day, man. The MACD, still building some bullish momentum here, guys. That's great. I love this. I love the decay in the bearish momentum, getting higher lows all throughout here. There's a big, what's the word I want to use here? I don't know. There's just this huge, massive like decay and bearish momentum There's going to be a reckoning for this. Mark my words, you guys. Very, very soon. A bearish I guess it's a reckoning for the bears, but it's a bullish move that we're talking about here, guys. And again, that just makes sense with this overall W shape that we're going for. Now, did the W start here? Did the W start here? Remains to be seen. With W patterns, what you expect is that you would go just above where the pattern began, and then you consolidate there. Then you pull back, whatever, and then you continue to rally. Oftentimes, this phase of the W does correlate with a bull flag, and then we continue like that. Oftentimes, that's actually what happens. So up here, you know, we might consolidate, get our bull flag on, and then that sends us to new all-time highs going into the end of the month and into December, right? But I do expect massive recovery by the, I mean, it's the 5th now. Within a week, we should be making serious strides to $1 or more. Absolutely, we should. It should be pretty spectacular what happens next. So I don't really have anything else that I want to say. I just want to get on here and celebrate this pump with you guys after seeing so much of a dump. We're still down. We're still down, relatively speaking, right? We got very, very bullish on KTA on the listing of Coinbase, and it's rolling the dice, man. Oftentimes, this actually does happen where you sell off after a big listing, but there's been some times where you pump, especially with base protocols. This just wasn't one of them, unfortunately. So here we are at an even more opportunistic price to buy. If anybody's wondering watching this video, is it a good time to buy KTA? I think it's a great time to buy. Act like yesterday didn't happen. Act like it didn't happen. Act like we're right here at this price right now, but yesterday didn't happen. Look at the overall history of this thing. And the reason I keep saying act like yesterday didn't happen, it's not to ignore the bad, it's to ignore the good. We're up 18% from yesterday's low. It might entice you to not buy because we're up 18% today, right? But if you take out the fact that we are up 18% from the low of yesterday and we're just here, look at where we are in this overall range. We're at literally, for what has been months of price action of life for KTA, we're at what are considerably the best areas to buy. 36 cents now, pull back to 30 cents. Do it. Do it. Give us better prices to buy. I dare you. This is a phenomenal time to buy. If someone was asking me right now, they're like, hey, C-Zar, should I put this money into KTA or should I hold off and wait for it to pull back? Too late. I already took your money and I put it in KTA for you. Thank me later. It's going to rally, man. It's going to be phenomenal. It really is. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Make your own decisions. But if it were up to me, I'd make the decision for you. I would just put all your freaking... I would sell your house. I'd sell your car. I'd put it all in here and you'd have 5 cars. You'd have 10 houses by the end of this, man. It's gonna rally. It's gonna do phenomenal. And by the end of this cycle, even by the end of this cycle here, let's just see, from a high to a low, the anticipation, the expectation there would be that we do see something. What is the market cap here? Hold on. Oh no, I deleted it. I didn't mean to delete it. Coin market cap. Hold on. Coin market cap. By the way, on a totally unrelated note, if anybody has issues breathing, if you have lung issues, asthma, whatever, follow the Vigilant Fox. Check this article out, man. He posted it an hour ago. So if you Vigilant Fox, you click on this, they're talking about curing COPD, which if you know anything about that, it's not something you cure. It's not something that happens. No, it's a terminal thing. It gets worse as you progress. It's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting stuff. Just in case anybody out there is having a hard time, totally unrelated. But just while I was looking up here, I'm like, hey, you know what? While we're having a detour, CoinMarketCap's taking its time. I accidentally clicked exit on it. Let's talk it. Let's detour. Let's provide somebody some help. Maybe there's someone watching this who's got serious lung problems, whether it's COPD or asthma or whatever. COVID gave you a bad case of the lungs. You got popcorn lungs because you smoke, whatever it might be. Look into this. This could help you. This could really help you. You could really benefit from this kind of shenanigans. Not medical advice. Not a medical advisor. Okay, let's move on. KTA is at a $157 million market cap. This doesn't mean, what I'm about to say does not mean that this has to happen, but just for fun. If we saw a 100x, which happens in crypto every single cycle. This thing's already done over a 100x from its lows. 100x would put you at a 15, almost a $16 billion market cap. That's a lot of money. That's spectacular growth. But we could see double that. We could see triple that, quadruple that by the end of the cycle. KTA, you guys, has immense potential. The average crypto, I shouldn't say the average crypto, but cryptos that make their way to these 10, 20, 30, 40 billion dollar valuations in their first cycle, the average coin that like captivates the market, that's like a showstopper, like a Solana, like a SWI, like an H bar, right? The ones that are like showstoppers, DOT last cycle, they tend to range anywhere from like a 20 to a 60 billion dollar market cap, okay? 20 to 60 billion dollars, 100x is a 15 billion dollars, so 200x would put you at a $30 billion. You can see a 400x. Not saying that it happens. Just because you could see it doesn't mean it happens. But I'm just talking about what the potential of this coin is by the end of this cycle. I would expect we see something on the lines of a $33 price to a $100 price, personally. And the reality of the matter is we could see more. We could see more. But a $33 to a $100 price by the end of the cycle, we're worth 36 cents now. I got nothing else for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Have a good day. Bye.